Remember that anonymous serial killer? Well, that really happened, and it all started with this guy, Light. And Light is 17 when this story starts, and Light has a problem. He's bored. Like, really bored. But that's all about to change while in class. Light notices something fall from the sky outside. Class is over, and he goes to check it out. It's a notebook that reads, "The human whose name is written in this notebook shall die." Now, this is great for Light. I mean, he's been bored all this time, and now he can finally do something, so he takes it home, and he actually tests it out, but it was on a criminal. So Light starts killing more criminals, and the news starts catching on and calls him Kira. Some time passes, and Light is still killing, and nobody suspects a thing. That's until this guy comes. Let's call him L. L is a really smart guy. Like, he stops World War III as a kid, and L starts suspecting Light to be Kira, but he can't prove it completely. Time passed, and Light is now 18, and he is still killing. And to make sure nobody knows it's him, he joins the police. Also, there's this guy named Ray Penber. Remember him? He is really important. So Ray Penber starts investigating Light to find out if he is Kira. Light doesn't notice. But apparently there's this supernatural being with Light called Ryuk. Light can see Ryuk because he touched the Death Note. Me personally, I don't believe in this Shinigami stuff. But Ryuk tells Light that there is a guy investigating him. So Light tells Ray Penber to give him his ID or he will kill his wife. And Ray Penber does. And Light still kills him and his wife. Now that was very sloppy of Light, because L catches on. He's like, how the hell did Ray Penber die when investigating Light? So he takes Light into custody and a girl named Misa into custody too. Just for some info, Misa claimed to be Kira, and surprisingly, she is Kira, the second Kira, but L can't say for sure that Light or Misa is Kira. Now, Light has a plan. He passes his Death Note to Ryuk and then to Misa, and he keeps passing it, and eventually it lands in the hands of the Yotsuba group, and Light no longer has ownership of the Death Note, and when you give up ownership of the Death Note, it erases all of your memory of your time with the Death Note. The Yotsuba group uses the Death Note to kill, while Light is in custody, so L has no choice but to release Light because he can't kill while in custody. But L still knows something is up. But he can't prove that, so time passes, and L and Light work together to get the Yotsuba group and find the one with the Death Note, who was Higuchi. They get Higuchi and take away his Death Note. L grabs it, gets a look at Ryuk. And they pass it around, and then bam, they give the Death Note to Light. Light gets all his memory back as he planned. And then he starts killing again. And now L is confused. He got Light and then got Higuchi. How can Kira still kill? Then it hits him. There are two Kiras. Remember Misa? Well, she also has a Death Note and a Shinigami named Rem. Rem loves Misa, but Shinigamis can't love humans or prevent human deaths. So Rem keeps that a secret that she loves Misa, but L catches on. Misa is killing these people for L. So he is about to catch her and kill her, but Rem doesn't like that, so she kills L, and that was all a part of Light's plan. He knew that would happen. So now Rem kills L, and since Shinigamis can't do that, Rem dies as well. Now there is nobody smart enough to stop Light, and it looks like Light might get away with mass killing. Until L dies. But he is not going down without a fight, because he has two successors, Mello and Nier. Watari, the one in charge of L's successors. He has to choose who to pick, but they both know Nier is way smarter than Mello. Nier is now the next L, and he's only 12. But I found a picture of him. They probably don't release too much pictures of him because he's a minor. Light finds new people to help him. Takada and Mikami. They help Light, and Nier finds that out. Now this is a ex-Kira game. Mello finds that out too and kidnaps Takada. So Light just throws Takada away like she's trash and kills her in the Death Note. But little did Light know, Mikami did the same, even though Light told him not to take any unnecessary risks. Fast forward some time later. It is now February 2013, and Nier gets his hands on the death note and sees Takada's name on there. So he knows Kira threw her away to make sure she didn't spill the beans. Now Nier tells Light and everyone else to come to an abandoned warehouse where they will settle it once and for all. Light agrees. And Nier knows Mikami will kill them if he sees their face. Light probably brought Mikami. And Nier tells them Mikami will peek through the door and see their names and write it down. And he does. And Nier tells them to arrest Mikami. Now here's where it gets interesting. Mikami already wrote the names down. Nier knows that though, because Nier tampered with the death note and replaced the pages with normal ones. So even if Mikami writes them down, it won't work. But Light knew he would do that, so he kept 2 of them, and let Nier do whatever he wanted with the fake one. But Nier outsmarted his outsmarting because he tampered with the fake one and the real one and replaced all of the pages from the real one with normal pages, but only some with the fake one. It's getting complicated, I know. It's hard to understand. So now Light thinks everyone is gonna die. So Light says out loud and arrogantly, "Nier, I win," except he doesn't. Nobody dies. And Light starts panicking, and bam, they arrest Mikami, and they grab the death note, and Nier says, whoever's name is not written in this death note is Kira. Because why would Mikami write Kira in the death note if he works with him, and he looks, and Light's name is not in the death note, so Light is Kira. So everyone knows it's him now. And Light says,
"Who else could have done it and come this far?"
And then he uses his last resort. He opens a hatchet in his watch that has a piece of the death note in it and tries to write in there. And bam! One of the police officers shoot Light in the hand. I actually couldn't find Light's mugshot, but bam, here's Mikami's mugshot. But Mikami goes to trial and he's sentenced to death.